Hello guys and welcome to my first ever video. I know a lot of you have been waiting for this a long time. A lot of you subscribed ages and ages and ages ago and are kind of wondering what's going on. But it's here, finally, my first video. And it's really not going to be what you're expecting. I'm going to say straight out, it's not a gaming video. There's an introduction at the beginning of this video that I'm going to get into. And that will kind of give you more of a clue of what's going on. But it is kind of gaming related, but it's not going to be gameplay. I'm not going to be doing a specific game. This is kind of a hobby that I've got that I really want to share with you guys, and hopefully that I can get some of you into doing it as well. Or if you're already into it, hopefully I can give you a few tips and pointers and stuff, or maybe you can help me out. But I really hope that you guys like this. I explained in the video that I can't kind of get to grips with doing gaming videos, so I've decided I'll do this instead. I know a lot of you have subscribed ages ago and are looking for me to do videos, so this is what I'm going to do. Anyway, sit back and enjoy. Oh, and I do apologise for the shoddy cameramanship. The camera angles and everything is horribly shot and horribly done. The audio is really bad, but nonetheless, I hope you enjoy it, and let me know what you think in the bottom. Cheers, guys. Bye.
Okay, this is my first design I actually ever made. It's a little knife. It doesn't actually have any real functionality as a knife. I mean, it might do some damage. It's quite sharp, but most of these were kind of meant as letter openers and things like that. It's sharpened or sanded rather to a kind of a point. But that was just, I picked up a stick out in the woods. I started whittling away with it with my Stanley knife, or Swiss Army knife. As you can see, I've kind of designed it a little bit. Put a few little details in it, really basic stuff. This was the first thing I ever did. And then I the book that kind of showed me the idea for this kind of had wood burning into it. And I thought, no, I'll just would burn my name into it. This was really hard. I can't tell you why, because it shouldn't be. But wood burning, this is the first ever attempt at wood burning I ever did. And it was very tricky. But that's how that came out. So that's the first thing I ever did. I then thought, I know, I want to make something a little bit more decorative. So I made a minion. This again is very basic. It's just basically made out of a carving block of basswood. Don't know how you pronounce that. Carved basically into the rough shape of a minion. His little feet, and then wood burned for the design. See, I haven't done a very good job. It's quite patchy. There's no different shading of the colours. It's all black. But yeah, that's my second attempt. Probably the actual finish is probably a bit worse than that. But yeah, it actually stands up, which I never actually intended. I didn't actually think that would happen, but it does stand up. Okay, the second thing, I just thought I'd go for just plain wood burning pictures, and I thought I'd start with Dragon Ball Z. This is the first thing I ever did. I just basically found a picture online, found one I like, and yeah, this is the first design I ever did. And see, I've started like trying to plot in the actual Dragon Balls. These were freehand, basically, which is why they're horrible. I haven't wood burned them. That's just done in pencil. But this I wood burned in, and I'm really happy with how it came out. This is my proper first attempt at doing a picture in pyrography, and yeah, it seemed to work really well. Then my brother asked me if I could do a specific one for him. So this one I'm really happy with, and it is this one. So this is Goku from Dragon Ball Z again. My brother's quite a fan of it, which is why he asked me to do it. So that's his name at the top, Tom. And I decided to do his name in Japanese down at the bottom, which I believe is pronounced Tomu. But you see, I'm really happy with this one. I actually managed to achieve a different shade, not just plain black like I have with the others. And yeah, this one I'm really happy with. This is my latest one. So yeah, that's all I've done so far. Like I said, I'm a massive beginner at all this. But my next design, I've kind of started preparing, and I'm going to show that to you now. So the first thing you probably notice is all the bits of wood I'm using are roughly the same. You can see roughly the same kind of offcuts, just round bits of wood, and that's actually taken from this one log. I've been sawing away at it. It takes ages to get through it, but I just went up to my local woods, picked this up, brought it home in my car, and basically just saw off nice big chunks, and you basically end up with offcuts like these, which you can then use to do whatever you want with. So yeah, this is what I'm doing next. You see, I've printed off a load of designs, pictures that I thought would be quite cool. I'm actually doing this one for Ollie, as you can see down here. I found his logo online in black and white. It's always best to use black and white because then you get a nice clear idea of which colours should go where, because that's basically just doing different shades of black and grey and kind of stuff. You basically use the shading of the wood as well to help you. So I've decided to use the girl you get at the start of GTA 5 kind of loading screen, and it was involved in the screenshots of the very launch. Grand Theft Auto 5 logo and Ollie 43's logo. It's quite a simple design. The girl could be quite an issue because she's got lots of different shades of grey and black in her body. I'm normally stuck with just 2 shades, so this could be quite tricky. What I'm going to be using to do it is this little wood burning pen here. And see, it's got a quite a pointed tip on the end. There are lots of different tips you can use, but I found this one kind of does everything I need it to do. There aren't many uses for the other tips. This is a very basic pen. It doesn't have a temperature control, because a lot of the more expensive pens you can adjust the temperature, which is what you do with the shading. I basically get one solid temperature with this. It's a bit inaccurate, but it's all I could afford at the time. So it cost me about £20 off Amazon. But it's actually very good. It hasn't ever gone wrong. Hasn't blown up on me, which I've heard some of the cheaper ones can do. But yeah, it does take quite a long time. So what's the process you need to go through to do something like this? As you've seen already, I've got the bit of wood. I've gone to my local woods and picked up this, which I've sawed to make this shape. Next, I've sanded it down, got a really nice, very, very smooth surface to do it on. Then I found all the designs I want on the computer, printed them off in black and white, and got them to the right size. Stuck them down in the rough positions I'm going to want them in. I am going to have to move those, because I'm going to have to use carbon paper underneath that to get the design on. Then I just draw over it all in pencil, shade in all the areas I want, and then I'm going to use a wood burning pen to do it. So I'll show you that next. Right, so you can now see I've got the carbon paper underneath. It's quite hard to get this all positioned, because obviously once the carbon paper's on you can't see the wood at all, so getting this positioned does take a little bit of time. You see I've got it positioned as best as I think I can. Now all you need to do, I'm not going to show you all of this because it takes quite a long time, but you basically get your pencil, or a pen, you can use pen, and you're basically going to trace over in relative hardness the design you want. Sorry, this has gone a bit out of focus. There you go. So this, you can see the GTA writing is quite thick. So instead of just shading it in, I basically do like block lettering. So you go down one side, like so, and then after you've gone basically around the entire inside, I would then go around the other side, make sure it's done. That way, when I'm actually doing the wood burning, I can actually see that I need to go inside and shade that in. I can also look back at these pictures when I'm doing the wood burning, just to get a reference of like the shade I need, what bit's block coloured, which bit's not, and that will really help me out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get going on this. I'm going to do all the penciling in, and I'm going to show you what it's like when it's all penciled in, and then we can actually get to the wood burning part. I finished off the GTA sign, as you can see, which is over here. I haven't done the girl or the Ollie 43 symbol yet, but I wanted to show what it looks like when it comes out on the carbon paper. If I take that pin out very quickly. There we go. So that's what it looks like with the carbon paper. So that gives you a really good outline to draw on with the pyrography pen. I'm going to get on with the rest of this, so that I can actually start the wood burning. As you can see, this is the what the tip would be like here. So then you just basically very, very lightly go over this like that. This has no power, that's not burning. I'm just basically giving you an example. What I found as well, once you've done the actual outline, the carbon paper, the actual where the carbon has come off onto the wood seems to burn a lot easier than just the wood itself. So if you wanted to get a really nice black line, you could use the carbon paper as a substitute and actually make the line with the carbon paper before just putting it onto the wood itself. Doing freehand with pyrography is a true skill. You need to be a master with it to be able to do it, and also you need a better pen than that. But that's what it looks like, and I'm going to get on with the rest of this, and then I'll get back to you when we're going to start the actual wood burning. All for the big reveal. I've completely done all the penciling in. It's a little bit rough. It won't look exactly like it's going to look like when it's finished, but it will give you a good idea of the outline of it. So 3, 2, 1. Ta-da! Right, you can see I've shaded in different parts. It all looks a little bit silly right now, but this is basically it gives me an idea of the shadow that I'm going to have to use. There are a few areas where I kind of like missed missed copying them, like you can see here. I missed out the little corner of the O, so I basically just penciled that in. Also did it here with the middle of the A. So there's a couple of little bits. I missed out the fingernail, things like that. So you kind of just go back over and you can the little bits you can fill them back in easily enough. But that gives you the idea. I mean, that I have no skill with this, I would say, but just by knowing roughly what to do, it actually looks pretty good. And this will obviously look a lot better once I've actually burnt it in. You can actually, I'll give you an idea. With this one, you can see here I've penciled in the stars on the Dragon Balls here. This is the burnt line, this is an unburnt line, and this is just penciled in. That's properly blackened in. So you can, it gives you an idea of roughly kind of what it will begin to look like once it's done. But yeah, it's definitely a good start, and we'll get on to actually burning it now. I will admit I've mucked up a little bit. Not with the design, but I was recording. I had it all ready to go, hadn't burned any of it, and my phone cut out after I'd pretty much finished the entire of the Ollie 43 bit. So I did talk a load about that and how to do everything, and my phone just cut out and didn't save the video. So I kind of carried on a little bit. I filled out a little bit of the GTA sign. You can see how it's come out. It's looking really nice at the moment. Haven't finished it, obviously, anywhere near. I've still got quite a lot of extra like little details and stuff I've got to fill in and complete and do. But yeah, it's looking really good. As to how I got to this point, I've got my wood burning pen, as I've showed you just earlier. That's heating up. It's plugged into the mains. Took a little while to heat up, as it does, but once it's hot, it's mega hot. I'm not going to show you just yet how it works, because I don't want to ruin anything. But I've got my little cut out logos thing I use to trace the thing, so I can look back and get an idea of the shades, black and whites, and everything that I need to use, so that I can use those as a reference point. Right, so how does it actually work? Right, I've filled out, basically I've gone over and traced over the main outlines of these. I haven't done the girl yet, but that's how I started. I just went over and traced all the outlines, went over them, so they're nice and a nice bold black. You can see the difference between here and here. That's the difference between a carbon line from the carbon paper and the actual burnt line from the pen. Now, this is what it looks like. If it'll focus, there you go. Once it's finished, so this is kind of a finished area. It's not perfect. This was a little bit fiddly to do, but I think it's actually come out quite nice. So yeah, I'm going to show you what it's like when you actually go in on it. Hopefully I'm not going to dip the camera too much. I'm just using my phone, and sometimes I do dip the camera and just holding it in one hand. So you can see as I'm going over this, it's filling in. It happens quite nice and easily, like so. I don't know how well you're actually able to see that, but there you go. See as I'm going up, it's nice, even, small strokes. You get different tips for these pens, but I found this one's useful. It takes a little bit longer to do the main kind of block areas, but I think you get much more attention to detail. It's much easier to use this tip, which was like a fountain pen tip, to do the actual just straight lines and everything. You get a much more attention to detail with it. But what I was going to do is I'm not going to sit here and do all of it. I mean, to get from that and that, it's probably taken me about 45 minutes to do these two bits. So what I might do is kind of phase back in and out every now and then as I've made more progress. Just cut the audio, speed it up a little bit maybe. But this is the first video I'm doing, so it's all a bit of a trial and error. But we'll see what happens. So I'll say goodbye for now, and I'll come back in once I've done a bit more. Bye! Guys, welcome back again. And see, I've just finished the GTA sign. I think it's come out pretty well. There's a little bit of wood there. So yeah, it's the GTA sign, the Ollie 43 logo. Now for the tricky bit. I honestly have no idea how I'm going to do this. I haven't done anything quite as detailed as this yet. I've just basically done block stuff, 2 shades of either black or white, and possibly a different kind of lighter shade in between. But because my pen only does 1 temperature, which I definitely need to get a new pen, it's very tricky to get different shades of colour. The more expensive pens have temperature controls on them, which allow you to change very easily the shade which you colour in. But hopefully I'm going to be able to do this. So I'm going to get going on the main outline of it. And then I'll come back to you when I've actually got something to show you. Because I'm not sure I'm going to be able to do something this detailed while holding my phone. So I'm gonna get going on it, do the main kind of bits, and then I'll come back to you and show you what I've done. See you in a bit. Sorry about the view of a random pillow, but I'm creating suspense. Right, I've finished it, or at least as much as I think I can. I'm not terribly happy with how it's come out. It could be a lot better, but this is the first attempt at doing something. I'm happy with the logos I've done, but the girl I'm not. It's not bad, but I'm just not that happy with it. But anyway, let's see what you guys think. So 1, 2, 3, ta-da! There it is. So yeah, that's it finished, roughly anyway. I mean, let me know what you guys think. I mean, it's not my best work ever. I've done better stuff, but I think for what it is, it's not bad at all. I hope Ollie likes it. I'm sure he might talk about it in one of his videos or have it up when he does one of his face cam things. If he likes it anyway. If he doesn't, then I've just wasted the last like 2 hours. Oh well. But yeah, anyway, I hope you guys like this, and yeah, this is Pyrography. This is what I'm going to be doing on my channel from now on. Well, that and a few other like woodworking bits like carving, whittling, things like that. And the one thing I said at the start of the video is I'm going to involve you guys. There's 2 ways that I'm going to do this. The first is kind of obvious. If there's anything that you guys want me to do, anything you guys want me to make or try or make a tutorial on, then I'll do that, or I'll do my best to do that. I'm still learning as well, but I have all the tools and stuff to do it with, so I can try and teach myself and then teach you. That's the plan anyway. I'm still gonna be doing stuff in my own time away from doing videos. But the second, which I'm quite excited about, is I'm going to be setting up a website, and I'm going to be taking on commissions to make things for people. I'm going to be selling stuff I've made, and I'm going to have a website basically showing all that stuff off. It's not up yet. I haven't even started on it yet, but that's the plan. So if you guys let me know in the comment section. I mean, this is the first video. All your feedback is probably at this stage more important than at any other point. So yeah, please let me know how you feel about all this. A lot of you are probably gonna be like, "Oh, it's not gaming." Yeah, I know it's not gaming. Well, it kind of is, but it isn't actual gaming videos. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it. And if there's anything you want me to show you, teach you how to do, or make, then yeah, let me know and I'll do my best for you. And keep watching, subscribe, like, and I'll keep you updated with how the website's going, so you can check it out later, and you'll be able to see all the stuff I've made. There's a lot of random different stuff I do. It's not just gaming stuff. Like I make house signs and little funny messages, poems, funny things like that. So yeah, I can make literally, well, not anything, but a very, very wide range of stuff. So if you want to kind of see the things I make, then keep your eyes open for the website. I'll make sure that when it goes up, I'll put the links in the description. And yeah, I hope you guys are good. And thank you for watching this first video of mine. If you've made it this far, then well done. It's been quite a long video, a lot longer than I meant it to be. And yeah, I will be on soon. I'm not going to do a video every day like Ollie does. That'd be almost impossible doing this, especially with my setup as well. I'll try and do one a week, or at least one every 2 weeks. I can't guarantee that. I work quite weird hours, but I'll do my best for you, and I will see you soon. Bye, guys. Take care. I'm George. I thank you very much for watching this video. I've kind of blagged on about it quite a bit, but this is my first video I've done. I would really, really love it if you could guys leave a bit of feedback. It takes 2 seconds to leave a comment. I'm not going to ask you to do this in every video I do, but just because it's the first one and I know that it's out with a complete genre that you guys were expecting, yeah, please let me know how you thought it went, and I will see you all soon for another video. Leave me suggestions if there's anything you want me to do, and I'll see you soon. Bye!